This weather is beautiful. It's a perfect day for a Pokémon battle. Hey Brandon, didn't you say you were going to introduce us to a PML leader? Who is it? Tell us! Yeah. I guess I should fill you in. We're going to meet Norman, a gym leader from the Hoenn region. Norman? You mean that Norman? Wait, you know that person too? Know him? He's another gym leader from the same region as me, and he's Brandon's dad. Your dad? Yep, guess I forgot to mention that part. He's a real strong trainer, so I gotta get focused. We sure do. A man in pursuit of power? It could come as no surprise that someone like him would be chosen as PML leader. I gotta admit, it does make me happy to hear you talk about my dad like that. Come on, I'll take you guys to him. Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Masters. Last time we spent some time hanging out with Karina, the evolutionary fighter who essentially trained us, I guess, because we were in the need of some, training. One of the main things, I guess, that I don't particularly remember if it's necessarily part of the story, but I do know around that time I was able to unlock the evolutionary mission for Rosa. So there are certain sync pairs in this game where if you hit a certain level, you'll unlock one of those sync pair stories that you see from the menu. Usually you get those just whenever you unlock sync pair for the first time, but if they have a Pokemon that can evolve, and this game allows them to evolve more specifically, and you hit a certain level, you'll unlock a sync pair story where you can do a battle and unlock the evolution for that sync pair, which is pretty cool. But moving right along, we're going to go ahead and not use this team. We're going to go ahead and use this team here. As you can see, we're going to be using Bruno, from the Elite Four of both Kanto and from Johto. You would think he'd actually be like a 5-star given both of those creds, but alright, whatever. We also have Brawly, the second gym leader from Hoenn, and then him and his Makuhita. We got Bruno and his Machop, and then of course we got Misty from Kanto, also the second gym leader from Cerulean City with her Starmie. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. I felt eyes on me, and let's show you how a battle's done. So, I've been playing this game, I think about 3 weeks or so at this point. And, you know, for the most part, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. The only main issue I would still have to complain about is, I'm not sure if I complained about it before, to be honest, but my only complaint is that it's really hard to get gems in this game. I end up comparing this a lot to Duel Links, you know, because that's mainly the only other mobile game that I really played a lot of. And for the most part, I think Duel Links is pretty well done overall. I feel like they've done a pretty good job with everything. I was tricked. I have a bad habit of thinking I have the upper hand and always fall flat. I guess humility is important, but I know I'll forget these mistakes by tomorrow, and lather, rinse, and repeat. That's me. Well, at least she's honest, I guess. But yeah, I compare this a lot to Duel Links, and in that game, you know, it's way easier to get gems, because, for example, you can get gems for leveling up your duelists or your characters or stuff like that. Wherein, like, for example, in this game, you level up your sync pairs, you don't get a damn thing, right? They just become stronger and that's about it, you know? But then at the same rate, they also have the level up books in this game. So wherein in Duel Links, you have to, like, manually level up all of your characters. For the most part, I mean, you can, I guess, buy, like, vagrants or whatever they're called, and use vagabonds to sort of, you know, level up faster. So there is, I guess, that. But for the most part, you're kind of gotta level it up on your own. There's nothing like the level up manuals here, where you can just instantly shoot up 30 levels or something like that, right? So there is that. But the only main difference is that when you level up, you actually get a reward, right? So the only other thing that this game could do is, since you can't get really any rewards for leveling up, is that it can give you rewards for battling, right? Unfortunately, the only thing you can do is you can get rewards when you complete a mission for the first time. So these chapters, whenever you complete them for the first time, you do get, 30 gems, which is nice. But then once you run out of chapters, you don't get any more gems, which is really lame. Team Break? I've never heard of them, so I can't help you there. But I really appreciate you battling us. Thanks. Okay, hurry home. Now, I can only put up with a pain in the neck for so long. It's ironic, or it's funny that you saw that that guy had a Team Break mask on and he was like, oh shit! And he quickly got rid of it and he's like, oh no, I'm just a normal hiker. My ass. Any case, let's go ahead and go into here. What lurks in the wilderness? Brandon, are we there yet? When are we gonna meet Norman? There's still a ways to go. Dad always says that journey is part of the training. That's why he set up camp way out here in the mountains. And that has proven to be very useful to us. Huh? It means we can become, or rather you can become the perfect prey for us out here on the isolated mountain. We don't even have to lift up a finger. Those masks. I know you. You're those nasty Team Break guys who've been trying to steal people's Pokémon. If you already know, then I guess we don't have to explain what comes next. You'll be taking your Pokemon off your hands. Got these Team Break jerks. So I guess that hiker saw us, he pretended to be cool, and he went ahead and he dipped and he got his boys, and now they're gonna go ahead and try and fight us. I guess that's kind of what happened. But I don't think he actually has the same Pokemon, which is kind of funny, so that kind of interesting sense of continuity there, but okay, whatever, not that important. But yeah, once you run out of chapters, there's not really anything you can do to gain gems in this game. But the only caveat to that being that while there's really no way to gain gems, there's also really not any need for gems in this game, per se. Because, like, in Yu-Gi-Oh! You really need a lot of gems in order to get all the cards you want, because there's, like, at this point, probably like 1,000 something or more cards in Duel Links. Wherein, like, here, you only need, 300... gems in order to get a new sync pair, and there's only but so many sync pairs in the game so far. I don't think they'll ever reach the amount that, for example, of cards that there are in Duel Links, for example, So it's not exactly the same thing one for one. It's kind of like apples and oranges, but they're still fruit kind of deal. So it's kind of like that. But that being said, there's really still no way to get gems. And once you actually beat the main story, the only thing you can do is just grind up your characters. But the only way to get characters is to get gems, and again, there's no way to get gems. And, that's kind of what's really lacking in this game. I don't know if they need to make some sort of PvE or PvP, but there just needs to be some sort of general thing you can do, aside from just grinding up your characters, right? Because once you do that, there's nothing you can do, right? Unless you can have some strong opponents to fight or something like that. So you need to come up with some sort of mode that you can go ahead and fight. And, reward you with gems for that. You gotta admit, one thing about those Team Break guys is that they do well is run away. Hey, Lucario still senses a bunch of those masked thugs nearby. We should hurry up and find Norman. Yes. I think so too. Who knows what could jump out of us next? Yes. Let's get up this mountain quick, Curly. So let's go right ahead and keep on going. But yeah, other than grinding, I mean, grinding is cool and all. It's just that there's really no point to do all this grinding if you're just gonna end up, not doing anything with it. There is a bit of another caveat to that as well, that they do have these missions or these events now that they're finally kicking out. Oh, what a stupendous encounter. Finally, some new servants to wait on me. I do hope you come along. Who knows what will happen to your precious Pokemon if you don't. In that they do have these events that I'm planning on showing off pretty soon, where they are pretty tough and you need some high level, sync pairs in order to go through them, and they do give you some okay rewards, but I don't know. At the end of the day, the game is still really young and there's still a lot of things that they can work on, but I feel like there's just a couple of like simple things that maybe they should have thought about a little bit beforehand, but I can't really fault them too much because I will give them credit. What credit is due. They did unleash the unleash. I don't know why I have to say it that way, but they did bring out the events really soon compared to like Pokemon Go. I had a real big issue with Pokemon Go that it took forever to do any sort of events or anything like that. It took like almost a year or something like that for them to do anything of that sort. Oh, are you sure you don't want to be my servant? Final answer? I mean, I guess. No matter, I already have plenty. So they at least got to jump on that. At least the events came out way sooner than it did in Pokemon Go, which is a good sign at the very least. I'm a hiker. I might be big, but I'm a coward. I guess we can have a Pokemon battle if you want, but go easy on me, okay? The only issue with like the events is the rewards, right? So they do this similar thing to a lot of other games where for these events you get these special event items that you can only use, or rather you can only get from this event, which allows you to like collect a bunch of them in order to collect a lot of items, typically items that you can get in game, which is nice, but also like really hard to get items and stuff like that. The only problem is that there wasn't anything really worthwhile that they gave away in these events. Like they gave away stuff that you can get all anyways, like level up manuals and pearls and stuff like that. And then the final reward for the big event that they're doing for Blue was 3 copies. It was 3 items, right? 3 copies of this item, and you need to get 300 of the special event item in order to get one of those things. So you needed 900 of those, which isn't too bad. It sounds like a lot, but the event itself gives you like 15 every time you complete the mission, so it's not too bad. And there's more than enough time to complete it. There's like a good 2-3 weeks for this, right? But all it does is it levels up a level 5 sync pair. It powers them up a little bit, not levels them up. It powers them up a little bit, which is cool. But it just essentially gives them like +2 in all their stats. But the goal of those things is that you're supposed to get enough of them so that you can, for example, turn a level 3-star sync pair into level 4, so they become a lot stronger. But in order to do that, you need 20 of them, which is really stupid. So they gave away, 3 of those for the event, and then it's kind of like, okay, you use that on your sync pair, and then that's kind of it. You do all that grinding for something that's not really that useful, in my opinion. So that's one of the main issues. I asked you to go easy on me. Could you be a little nicer next time? Wherein, like, for example, I hate to again compare it to, Duel Links, but for example, in the events there, it's the same thing, but they do have the advantages that they do have the time. They've been out for a lot longer, but for example, they'll do events and then you can use the event items to get cards from previous events or stuff like that, or exclusive items that you could only get in that event, which is the main thing. Like, I guess the 5-star level up thing is, so far, possibly only exclusive to that, unless you manage to get, sync pairs and whatnot multiple times. But it's not really worth it so far. Ugh, I can't even beat you. I guess I'm not even good enough. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's been a long time since someone pushed me like that in a battle. Believe in yourself. Thanks. Dad! Is that you, Brendan? What brings you all the way out here?
Yeah.
Curly, I'm guessing you came here for the same reason I did. Yeah, I'm relieved. Looks like you guys are fine. What do you mean? Oh, it's nothing. As long as you're safe. more importantly, I've brought you another challenger. Is that so? Nice to meet you. I'm Norman. I'm Brandon's dad and currently a PML leader. I like that look in your eyes. We just might be able to have as wonderful a battle as I had with Paulo. That's a weird sentence, but okay. Go for it, Curly. Watch out for my dad slacking. He's amazingly strong. I just lost to him. He still kind of sings, to be honest. Your friend's right. You might, or rather, you definitely shouldn't underestimate Norman and his slacking. Good luck. Looks like you're ready for battle. Now show me how well you've trained your Pokemon. I've been pretty excited to when I found out sort of how the mechanics of this game, just considering that it'll like make a lot of Pokemon somewhat more viable. For example, slacking is usually not really great, but in this game you'll be really good. It's just for the sheer fact that you don't have to worry about his drought ability. So if he still has his really good stats, then he's gonna be hella strong. Let's go ahead and take all this stuff down pretty quickly. Let's see what this does. Not what I wanted. Because there are a lot of moves that allow you to get more move gauge. And that's what I'm trying to do here, to see if there's any of those, but I don't really think I have any of those. It's hoo-ha. Nope, that just makes it stronger. I guess I'll do that in the meantime. Well, we use Brawly here to finish off this Sheldon real quick. And then we'll go ahead. Now we use hoo-ha a bunch of times. We'll go for Bruno's sync move here. Train to the max something. Went too fast for me to read it. But damn, that actually killed slacking in one hit. I did use hoo-ha twice, so that's probably what that is. Plus it is a sync move, so that was pretty good. Yeah, I saw some nice little rewards here. At the very least, the battle rewards for missions you've already done are still pretty decent. So there is that. Let's go ahead. Move on next to Rockin' Hard Place. You trained your Pokemon really well. The bond between you and your Pokemon is strong, and your teamwork was spectacular. You have defeated me, Curly. I had no idea you were this strong, Curly. Don't get me wrong, I've been rooting for you. It's just frustrating getting left behind. Don't allow yourself to get frustrated. The skills you displayed when you pushed my slacking to the limit are the real deal. Curly, what an amazing battle that was to watch. If you keep improving at this rate, we won't have anything to be afraid of, no matter how many of those Team Break thugs we run into. Team Break? Is that what you call those weirdos I've been seeing lately? Yeah, we ran into them on the way here, but they were no match for us. You better be careful, Brendan. Eh? Seems like they're getting stronger than they were before. I have a feeling something bad might happen. Hopefully it's just me worrying too much. Team Break has got even Norman worried now. That can't be good. Oh, with all that unpleasant talk, I forgot to give you your badge. Take this. Patience badge. Curly. This cave seems to be the place. Come on. It's time to pay a little visit. Oh, wasn't that Team Break? Can't let them go in there. That cave is where sync pairs go to rest. All of you, come and help me stop these thugs. I can help. Let's go, Norman. It's kind of cool that Paul is with us, but I kind of wish they would let you, like, for these missions only, like, let him be on your team just to have him there. But, oh well. Hold it right there, Team Break. We can't allow you to cause any more harm than you already have. Same with Brandon, but oh well. No, that was never our intention. You see, we came here for you, the PML leader. In other words, you, Norman. What? Now. What was that? No, we have to protect everyone. Slacken. Is everyone okay? Because yeah, Slacken really looks like he did a lot. I think so, but they collapsed the exit. We'll be alright. Even if we can't get out of here, I'm sure we'll find another way. As long as we don't give up, the road will reveal itself. Alright. We'll see if we can get out of this cave next time. Oh, what's this? Welcome to my cave. Are you lost? That's weird. I love Pokemon, but I hate people. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Leave your Pokemon and scram! Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Masters. Last time, we made our way through the mountains to take on the third PML leader, Norman, and managed to actually beat him somewhat easily. But unfortunately, shortly after that, we encountered some team break jerks trying to cause some havoc in some mountains that apparently trainers use to rest. So we ain't having any of that shit. So we went into the mountains to try and stop them, but unfortunately they went ahead and blew up the fucking mountain and locked us up inside of it. So now we're gonna use Bruno and his fucking four-armed Machop and just punch through everything. It's only natural that I like and dislike things. Whenever I say I don't like something, some people yell at me. That's why I stay in my cave. If that's not some sort of weird internet allegory, I don't know what is. Anyways, let's go ahead and move right along. Let's see. Found ya! Ha! Team Break baddies coming at ya! I was bad back in school, but I'm still bad now. Who cares about math when being bad feels so good? Hey, can you count how many girls are on this team? That's right, 1. The same as my average test score. Bet you think we're going down the wrong path, don't you? Well, think again, because we're the aces of being bad. These guys are so stupid and corny, I love it. That was so stupid and unnecessary. But in any case, let's take on some more Team Break. Go ahead and just cross-chop the hell out of that Stuffle. Unfortunately, I can't do any hoo-has because I already used them last fight. I actually forgot about that, but I'll just use some dire hits, just waste some time on this, essentially. So the move gauge goes up, and we can go ahead and go in for cross-chop, take on Beware in 1 hit. I did complain a lot about this game, about the sort of mechanics being a little too simple. And one of the things that I didn't like initially was that there was no sort of like basic attack. So in most of these kinds of games that have, you know, your cooldown meter, you have some sort of attack that you can do in between while the meter builds up again, and you can use one of your special moves. But this game doesn't have anything like that. Instead, it's just all special moves, and you just gotta kind of sit around and wait until the meter builds up. Hey everybody, I found the way out. Here. Phew. I was just starting to wonder what our life as cave dwellers would look like. What did I tell you? As long as you don't give up, the road will surely reveal itself. You just have to have the kind of unbending mental fortitude you need to keep going. What? You just have to have the kind of unbending mental fortitude you need to keep going until you find it? What? That was the weirdest line, but alright. You're right. I was in shock from how suddenly that all went down, but I can't allow myself to become overcome by my fears. That's a good point. Well, the exit is right there. Should have expected this from a PML leader. To be honest, I didn't think much of you. Team Break, what do you want from me? If we want to sabotage the loathsome PML, of course we must also get rid of you. Sabotage the PML? There's no way I'm letting that happen. I don't care what your ultimate goal is. I can't stand by and watch your cowardly methods. Curly, will you give me a hand with these thugs? Of course I will. I can't stand people with a sparkle in their eyes like you have. I will send you all to the pit of dark despair. So one of the other things that this game was, or sort of is missing, as I mentioned earlier, aside from the whole sort of basic attack thing, another thing that they're kind of missing, given the sort of formula that this game is that they didn't include any sort of like mission, I don't know how to describe it, like missions within missions. Like, for example, in this mission, they could have been like, oh, you get, 10 gems if you use Norman in this mission, 10 gems if Norman doesn't die, or if you don't get hit, or, stuff like that, like those little missions where, like, it becomes sort of like a whole, like, 3-star event kind of thing. Like, that would have been okay, I think. For this, it would have added some much needed, I guess, replayability. Like, you can replay levels like I've been doing, and in doing so, you can also, for example, end up getting rewards. Aside from gems, you can't get gems again, but you can still get the same other rewards that you do from taking on these same missions, which is nice. But being able to like get those sort of like little incentives to keep you playing it and get all of these different requirements or whatever you want to call them, or missions. It's hard to say missions within missions, but yeah, it would have been nice to add that in. It would have added a nice little wrinkle to the gameplay, I think. Not that that's like a super creative thing or anything like that. I just think it's something that would have really been nice. It would have really added a lot of extra depth to this for the most part. But again, the game has barely been out a month, so I'm not trying to say this in a negative light. I'm just trying to say it's more positively saying, there are still things that they can improve on, and I do hope that they do, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. How could this be? How could I lose to the likes of you? Don't get the wrong idea, this isn't over. We did it! What a huge win for us. It certainly was. Now, I can finally give you your badge. That's the Patience Badge. It's given to trainers who have unbending mental strength. The Patience Badge suits you well. I'm looking forward to seeing just how far you can go with your strong mentality. And one more thing. Would it be possible for me to join your team? I would like to watch the next generation of trainers grow up close. Eh? You're really planning to go with Curly, Dad? Of course. I want to grow stronger. That's my reason for wanting to go. Will you have me, Curly? Let's do it. Then from now on, let's devote ourselves to becoming stronger. Alright, I guess I'll get serious about my training too, huh? After all, I want to beat you again, Dad. Nice, Curly. Not only did you get the badge, but you got Norman to acknowledge your skill. Haven't forgotten about you either, Paulo. Here, take this badge. What? But you beat me in our battle. Victory isn't everything. What's important is your mental fortitude. You supported Curly in the face of fearsome opponents and didn't back down. You've earned this badge. Thank you. I'm gonna grow stronger. Stronger than anyone else. I didn't quite catch that. Nothing. It's nothing. Thank you for the badge. I guess this is where we part ways again, Curly. I'm off to collect my next badge. Next time you see me, I'll be stronger than ever. Strong enough to blow you and Norman. Blow you guys hard. Anyway, so that does it for chapter 7. We're gonna go ahead and add Norman to the party, which is pretty cool. Sorry I had to sort of split that one up. The last episode was a little bit too long, and now this one's a little bit too short. Should have probably split it up a little bit more rather down the line, but that whole cave thing seemed like a good stop thematically, but in the end, probably not really. In any case, stay fresh.